Hello, this is Dr. Aparna Sajjan, Associate Professor in Chemistry, VP KBIT, Baramati. In this video lecture, we are going to discuss about corrosion prevention by cathodic protection. There are different methods of preventing the corrosion of metal. For example, anodic protection, metallic coatings, non-metallic coatings, design and material selection, and cathodic protection. In some of my earlier videos, I have discussed about metallic coatings. Under this metallic coatings, hot dipping and electroplating were discussed. In today's video lecture, we will discuss about cathodic protection. Cathodic protection is a method that is used to prevent the metal from undergoing corrosion. So how we are going to protect it from undergoing corrosion, how we are going to prevent the metal from undergoing corrosion is by making it a cathode. So if the metal is converted into a cathode, it will not undergo anodic reactions. Therefore, corrosion will be prevented. As we all know, anodic reaction is the reaction in which the metal will get dissolved to form metal ions and electrons, which we call it as corrosion. So if this metal, we want to protect it from corrosion, if it is supplied with electrons, then there will be cathodic reaction that will take place. That means the first reaction will not take place. The dissolution of metal will not take place. Therefore, we can prevent corrosion. So this indicates immunity in the power bias diagram. So cathodic protection is a method in which the metal is forced to behave like a cathode, and it is achieved by supplying the electrons to the metal structure. So this suppresses the dissolution of metal. So how we can supply the electrons? We can either use another more active metal or we can use high voltage current. So cathodic protection is achieved at the expense of some external source of energy, maybe in the form of another more active metal, which we call it as sacrificial anode, or a high voltage current is used, called as impressed current. Therefore, there are two basic methods of cathodic protection. One is sacrificial anode cathodic protection and the other is impressed current cathodic protection. So both methods have some advantages and also have some disadvantages. So let us first see about the sacrificial anode protection, or also known as galvanic protection. This is the name galvanic protection is given because we are going to form a galvanic cell with this metallic structure by connecting it to another metal which is more anodic than the metallic structure. So connected by insulated copper wire. Due to this, what happens? The corrosion gets concentrated on the more active metal. So this more active metal is acting as anode now, and the metallic structure that we want to protect is acting as cathode. So therefore, corrosion will be concentrated on the active metal, and the original or basic structure which is acting as cathode will be protected. So the one which is used as anode is called sacrificial anode because it is sacrificing itself in order to save the original metal structure. So once this sacrificial anode is completely corroded, we can replace it with a new piece, new one or fresh one. So this is how sacrificial anode cathodic protection can be achieved. If we want to save this steel pipeline, we can connect it to another more active metal which is more active than steel in the galvanic series or electrochemical series. So such more active metals for steel are zinc, magnesium and cadmium. So we can use either zinc or magnesium or cadmium in order to save the steel pipeline. So here metal to be protected is acting as cathode, therefore it will not be corroded, and the more active metal is acting as anode, therefore it is sacrificing in order to save this. So you can see here the sacrificial anode is undergoing dissolution, it is undergoing corrosion in order to save this structure. So ions are released, electrons are transferred, and therefore this is acting as cathode. So for protecting the metal structure, the structure is connected to a much more active metal which acts as anode, and this anode gets corroded, which is called as sacrificial anode. Some of the applications of sacrificial method or galvanic protection method are buried pipelines. We can protect buried pipelines, underground cables, water tanks, wind turbine foundations. So here in the picture it is shown wind turbine foundation, ship hull, marine cables, etc. So ship hull is the outer covering of the ship, which is protected by using sacrificial anode pieces. So you can see here in the picture the steel construction is used, is protected from the anode using sacrificial anode. Iron bars or steel bars are protected by using sacrificial anode. So like this we can protect iron or steel structures by using more active metals like magnesium, zinc, or also cadmium. Some of the advantages of sacrificial method is it has very low maintenance requirement. It is very simple, anybody can do it, and it involves easy field installation. It is self-powered, that means no electric current is required in this method, just by connecting the two metals, the original metal structure and the more active metal. Just by connecting these two we can achieve the protection. So there is no interference caused to the nearby metallic structures due to this kind of setup. So it will not harm the nearby metallic structures. There are some disadvantages of this method. It is having low driving voltage, that means the protection is achieved slowly, and then it is limited to the low resistivity soils, that means it is applicable only in the highly conducting mediums like highly conducting soil. So very little capacity to control the stray current effects, that means nearby stray current can affect this setup, sacrificial method. Now let us come to the impressed current cathodic protection. As earlier we have said, impressed current cathodic protection uses very high voltage current, and this current is applied in the direction which is opposite to the corrosion current. So when we apply it in the opposite direction, what will happen? It will nullify the corrosion current. That means the anodic reaction will not take place. Now the cathodic reaction will take place. The metal is converted to cathode from anode, and therefore it will become immune. It is protected. The current, high voltage current, is generally obtained from a battery or a rectifier or a DC line. And in this method, insoluble inert anode is used. In the earlier sacrificial method, we used such type of anode which underwent corrosion, which underwent dissolution, whereas here in impressed current protection we are using insoluble inert anode. That means it is not going to be consumed, it will just act as anode. So such material is graphite or silica or a platinum. So these are inert materials, but these are to be kept safely in backfill support. They should be supported by backfill. For example, coke is used as a support. So this is the pipeline that is protected by using inert anode. which is embedded in a bed, and then the DC line is used for the protection. Similarly, we can also use a rectifier. So now the anodic metal will become cathode, and this is inert anode, and there will be electrons that are supplied to the cathode. So it is connected to the negative terminal. Some of the applications of cathodic protection, that is impressed current method, are open box coolers, water tanks, buried pipelines, marine docks. The picture is shown here for the marine dock, ship tankers, especially the ships that are used in the navy tanks, then transmission line towers. So you can see here the navy tank is protected by undergoing corrosion by using impressed current cathodic protection. Similarly, the storage tanks are protected by using either a rectifier or a DC line. This is the pipeline that is protected. There are some advantages as well as disadvantages of impressed current method. This method is flexible because it can be used for a variety of applications. Current output can be controlled or adjustable. It is not having any constraint of about low driving voltage. Effective in high resistivity soils also. That means we can use this method, you can use this protection method even in the less conducting soil also. But the disadvantages are the maintenance requirement is more, as we are using high voltage current, and therefore the cost of operating is also high, and because of the high voltage current it may cause interference to the nearby metallic structures. The nearby surrounding metallic structures may get affected by this setup. So this is the end of the video lecture. Thank you.